Even the beaming smiles on the cover of the budget have come under scrutiny. After it emerged the pair featured on it left New Zealand because they couldn't afford to live here. Kiwi model Vicky Freeman and her daughter now live on the Gold Coast and only found out that they were on the cover of the budget when they were contacted by friends. Ms Freeman, who's originally from Moeraki, says she moved to Australia for a better quality of life. She told me she struggled to make ends meet while pursuing a TV career in Auckland.
Oh, it was really expensive to live, like single mum, $500 a week in rent. I was just really struggling with that, you know. Like I was doing TV work, that was my passion, that's why I moved there. I was open to other work as well. I was putting the feelers out for part-time work as well as the TV stuff. And then just sometimes I'd have to pay a babysitter more than I'd be coming home with. And it was quite gutting. So even though I was passionate about that work, that was the reality.
Do you feel that you are better off in Australia than in New Zealand?
I do. That's why I'm here. That's why we're here and we're happy. My daughter's so happy to go to school. She's got a bounce in her step now. The move to Auckland didn't suit my daughter either.
So what's better about Australia for you economically?
Jobs are better paid. You know, without qualifications, you can get $25 an hour doing, you know, retail work. So that's amazing in itself. And
what work are you doing at the moment, Vicky?
I'm actually a Thin Lizzy demonstrator, so I sell Thin Lizzy from New Zealand.
Right, and do you make a better buck over there, you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And what about the price of living? You know, rent, food, all the rest of it. Paint a picture. How does it compare, do you think, to back here?
It's a little bit similar, but I mean, if you think about, you know, petrol prices are lower, so you can go further. You can go for weekends away, weekend drives, and you know, you're not filling up the tank and it's costing you $100. You know, I fill up my tank and it's like $50. So, you know, food's all relative. It's about the same, I guess. The sunshine as well, it just makes people happier. There's a lot of happy people here. People want to talk to you, you know. In Auckland, I lived there for a year and it was a bit hard work.
So you're basically telling me you're better off financially and you're better off kind of socially in terms of your well-being in Australia, you reckon? Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair to say.
So don't you think it's a bit strange that you're on the cover of the well-being budget back here in New Zealand?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's why I couldn't stop giggling. Like the first night it came out, I was just like in fits of laughter and giggling my head off. I was just like, I can't believe it. Like, obviously, when you do like modelling work and the photographer says they're going to put them on a website where they could be purchased, you never know where they're going to end up, you know. That's the chance that you take when you're doing stuff like this, but I never ever thought that it would be such a big controversial story, I guess.
So do you think that you're still representative of the country and the wellbeing budget to be on the cover when you're living in Oz because it's a better life for you there?
Well, it doesn't seem right, does it? But at the end of the day, the well-being, like we are happy people. We are Kiwis, you know. I love my country. I love that we're part Māori. We're from the land. We are that cover. We are. We just can't, as a single one-person income, I just couldn't do it.
So what would get you back to New Zealand, Vicky? What or who would get you back to New Zealand?
Yeah, well, I guess if I could pay all the rent, pay the bills, eat and live how I'm kind of living here. If I could come back in a heartbeat, I would. Me and my daughter were doing so well on TV over there. We looked the part. We were two part Māori people, you know, mum and daughter. We're doing well. We're on Harvey Norman ads. We were on the Tip Top Bread ads. My daughter got a speaking role on Jono and Ben when they were still on air. Things were great. I didn't want to leave. It was really hard to make the decision to leave.
Hand on heart, though, if you're being totally honest about it, have you sort of given up on coming home?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Even my daughter doesn't even want to come for a holiday. She's just like so happy here.
Do you have a message for the government?
Oh, I mean, I don't follow politics, and I just, one person, what can one person change? But at the end of the day, I just want them to all think about all the little people, all the people that are trying, not the people that are sitting around waiting for something to happen. What about the people that are, going out there and striving? Well, I'm one of those people. I'll remain positive. I'll be happy. Whatever happens in my life, I'm going to just keep climbing. I'm going to keep trying because I want my daughter to see as well that, anything's possible. But just help those people that want to help themselves.
And the smiling face on the budget booklet, Vicky Freeman, who's moved to Australia.